This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
What day is it? The date!
12th May, Thursday.
What year?
I'm here to help you. I'm Reese, DN 38416, assigned to protect you. You've been targeted for termination.
Why does it want me? Why me?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. Your future is in its hands.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You. I am, of course, your host, the Stevenator. And as always, I have the boy that's going to save the future, Xavier.
It's true. I do have a resting bitch face.
What?
That probably comes from you. I've seen pictures of you when you were a teenager. Anyways, so yeah, we watched The Terminator, and if I'm correct here, I believe this movie came out in 1984.
Sounds rightish.
I think it was 1984. I will double check.
But time
when did the Terminator terminate?
1984.
Yeah, I was right. So yeah, that was the movie we watched for our apocalyptic
Movies.
Genre?
Now,
Yeah.
this movie takes place not necessarily in the apocalypse, but the apocalypse happens in the future.
Yeah, it was a we're living in a pre-apocalyptic world.
I think it counts.
Yeah. It does. This could also come across as like not come across, but this could also be passed off as a time traveling movie.
It is,
for a
yeah.
time traveling genre.
But
I haven't watched Terminator 2, so maybe if that one involves time travel, which I hope so,
it does.
Maybe if we get a time traveling genre movie, we could use Terminator 2 or a different movie. I don't know. I don't know when we're getting to a lot of the sequels to the movies that we'll be watching, but
I have sequels as one of the random options.
Right,
So,
that was actually my idea.
So yeah, if we hit the sequel option, then we automatically watch one of the movies we've already seen, the sequel to one of those. That's how we're doing that. Anyways, yeah. So we watched Terminator. This was a movie by with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton, not to be confused with Alexander Hamilton. This was also created by James Cameron. Do you know what else we've seen from James Cameron on this podcast?
Is it The Thing?
Nope. That was John Carpenter.
Okay.
Do you remember this? Near, far, wherever you are.
Sir, as revenge, I'm going to squeal into this. Did you freaking you freaking yelled into your mic? I don't know, that was definitely quality content right there. No, I don't.
You don't know? You don't recognize the song?
Wait,
really?
Titanic.
Titanic, yes. So James Cameron.
Let's start with T's.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is an accurate statement, actually. Yes, they both indeed start with a T. But yeah, he made this and Titanic, which is kind of weird. So, a fun fact about this movie that I was looking up when I was obviously looking at IMDb is they used guerrilla tactics to film a lot of this movie. Now, you might be saying, but Father, what exactly is guerrilla filming tactics? I
think I know what guerrilla is. I know it's like a form of warfare.
Yes. I mean, yeah, there are guerrilla tactics in warfare. This is a different thing. This is filming. And essentially what he did was he would record certain scenes at places as quickly as possible and tried to get the shot as quickly as possible before the police came, and then they got out of there. So a lot of the people that you see in the movie Terminator were just regular citizens that just happened to be in the shot. Yay.
Wow.
Fun fact.
Neat.
Indeed. So
for one thing, Arnold Schwarzenegger is really intimidating in this movie.
Mm-hmm. He was actually originally advised not to take this movie because they were like, we don't think it's a good idea for you to play a villain this early. Because he originally was in Conan the Barbarian. So I don't know how much you know about Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he was originally just Sorry?
I was literally about to mention how he kind of reminded me of Conan the Librarian, which means that I of course know absolutely nothing about Conan the Barbarian, but I do know about Conan O'Brien.
So Conan the Librarian would...
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah, that would be a parody of Conan the Barbarian, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. Also, the parody being from, the parody lord himself, Weird Al Yankovic, made a movie called UHF.
Yes.
That was also from
a parody
late
of
80s.
Conan the Barbarian. So yeah, he was in a couple movies before Terminator, and he was originally just he was like one of the biggest bodybuilders in the world at the time, because he didn't start out as an actor. He started out just in bodybuilding, and then decided to do acting after he won a bunch of contests for being, a good bodybuilder, I guess. I don't know how bodybuilding contest works.
I mean, you do see the results at the beginning of the movie where we literally see him buck naked.
Yes, we did get to see Arnold Schwarzenegger butt naked. That is true. You get to see Arnold butt.
We also see the other guy buck naked.
We do.
We also get to see the girl buck naked, as she.
Yes.
That one's actually on purpose because she's having a bit of intimacy. But anyways, but yeah, this is basically a classic case of rather than time traveling and having my mother flirt with me, because that is a really weird trope that I don't know why is being overused a bunch of times. But this kind of turns it on its head by going from that to I'm going to flirt with your mother.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to become your father by going back in time and screwing your mother. Now, I don't.
Well,
this was a train ride.
So I want to point out. So essentially, what they are saying is that this is a loop, and that he always went back in time, and he's always been John Connor's father. Did you realize that?
Yeah, I did actually, because like everything kind of just goes into place on its own. It's like he's in this post-apocalyptic future, and like everything is supposed to like put into place so that he goes back in time to become this guy's father.
Going back in time.
Yes, he went back in time.
But yeah,
and as in this case, he is literally a motherfucker. Only before she became a mother, so he's a pre-motherfucker.
So, we've kept this from being a mature-rated podcast, right?
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
I'm just dropping
you can use little bleep sounds, but he is a motherfucker. That is the thing.
You just keep saying it.
Yeah. You can use bleeps in the editing. You can edit the video.
Bleep, bloop.
Cut that. Yeah, cut that.
Oh my.
I don't. Yeah. Anyway.
So
anyways,
synopsis.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, synopsis. Yes. It's a synopsis. That's what I was thinking.
So this is a movie
about time travel.
Yes.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger's buttocks.
Well, essentially a cyborg that we call a Terminator in the movie goes back in time to 1984 from 2029. There is a giant war between robots and humans.
And that's only 6 years from now, by the way. Like that movie was almost 40 years ago. It's almost 40 years ago. The future that this movie takes place in is almost here. It's like 6 years from now.
Well,
and there's not really a war between humans and robots, not yet, but we you go to like the Walmart or Target and you see these automated systems. That's probably just the beginning of everything of the war between humans and robots.
So
humans will stop it.
So as I was pointed out on Facebook, 2029 is not when the war starts.
I know.
That's when the war essentially ends. The war starts in 1997, I want to say. I could be wrong. I think they mentioned when the war started in the sequel.
Right. I wasn't referring to like when the war starts. the movie mentions 2029, I just said, oh, that's when
Yeah.
that's like 6 years from now,
Well, that's when
and we still don't have Terminators yet.
we do not.
I'm
Very sad.
disappointed, and my day is ruined.
You know. So,
Why
anyways,
isn't my Xbox trying to kill me?
the machines realize, that John Connor has won the war, and is going to stop them from being created, or they're not to be created. That they're going to stop from more production, and that's pretty much going to end the war between the machines and the humans. So they send back a Terminator to kill John Connor's mother to keep John Connor from ever being born. And Matt Reese, who is John Connor's father, is set back in time to stop the Terminator.
Wait, you mean Kyle Reese? Isn't his name Kyle?
Maybe. I thought it was Matt for some reason.
His name is Kyle. I remember her screaming the name Kyle.
Nobody wants to name their child Kyle, except for Linda Hamilton, who was John Connor's. Anyways.
Ow.
You're right. You're right.
Sorry, I did it again.
You did it again. Belmont, young boy.
I have dimples. Do I have dimples?
In fairness, this is an R-rated movie, so the people listening to this should be able to watch an R-rated podcast, I guess.
Yeah, but then again, you'd also get demonetized because YouTube is YouTube. Anyways, but yeah, moving on though.
You act like I'm monetized.
You're like a fifth of the way there. Fourth, maybe.
Anyways, so they go back in time. The Terminator constantly tries to kill. He starts killing every Sarah Connor that he can find. And he kills 2 of them before he finally starts finding the one that he is actually trying to, properly murder. And yeah, so... And then, of course, Kyle watches, says that because of their new models, it's a lot harder to tell Terminators apart from regular humans. So you had to wait for the Terminator to attack to know what he looked like.
Right. Also, important detail, they use dogs in the future to tell the difference between humans and robots. I think they actually mentioned that, though.
They did. They sure did.
But yeah, and a lot of the chasing was pretty fun. It's like, it was really cool seeing like future human versus future robot, and shooting each other in a car while chasing, while the robot's trying to kill the girl who's trying to drive away. So who's absolutely confused because, like, okay, this random guy just, I can't imagine what's her name? I don't remember her name. I can't imagine what her thought process was through this. Okay, this guy's following me for some reason after my friend just died. Okay, I'm going to the police. Oh, okay. Now this random weird guy now this random really huge bulky guy just shows up out of nowhere with a gun, and then he gets shot right before I die, and then this guy who's been stalking me grabs me and just starts running, tells me he's from the future, and then I'll have sex with him, that's fine.
Yeah. She doesn't have sex with him. She doesn't have a child that saves the world.
Yeah, but she doesn't know he's the father, and neither does he, actually. So that makes this really weird. It's just like, okay, he doesn't know he's the father, so he's like, okay.
Yes.
Screw it. Future's the future.
That's what she did. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Hey! So yeah, she.
Do you see this? This is a look of disapproval. It's a very simple premise. There's Schwarzenegger appears, guy from the future appears, Robo tries to kill future mother who ends the war of robots, and girl has sex with guy, and girl I don't know, because of, I guess, the equivalent of, what's it called? I don't know, the equivalent of post-sexual courage, I guess, just decides to murder I mean, then again, the guy she had sex with just died, so she's like, die, and crush the robo-skeleton.
Well, she's trying to survive.
Oh yeah, it's trying to survive too. That too.
They're both trying to survive.
Except, he died. He died.
He did die. He did. But, so, yeah, that's pretty much the movie. So what did you think about Terminator? How did you like it? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I did like it, actually, quite a lot. It was very, very interesting premise, very interesting movie, and the CGI also, for its time, was really well done, in my opinion. So, like, it was definitely, you can definitely tell it's CGI from the 80s, but, like, it was still really well done. I don't think there's really much to say about the individual characters to really have a segment about them specifically. But yeah, it was had a really interesting premise, really interesting story. I like the time loop. It definitely had a lot of cliches though, but like it was probably the start of many cliches. Also the start of a lot of memes. I'll be back. Just walks out and freaking drives a car into the police station.
Sometimes you just gotta, drive a car in a police station. I don't know what you're saying. You just gotta drive a car through,
Yes. Nothing screams southern like speaking in a southern accent. Meanwhile, a train in the background starts screaming. So anyway, what did you think about the movie?
I mean, there's a reason I wanted this movie. I love this. It's a great movie. It was weird because it's the first time I've seen it in a long time. I probably haven't watched this since maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. And it was really good. It's weird that Arnold Schwarzenegger has only a couple lines in this movie. He doesn't talk much at all. I don't know if you noticed that.
But every line he does make is like just really fun. It's all fun because sometimes when you don't talk, you have a sense of mysteriousness, and that kind of just emphasizes a lot of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of makes this also a bit like a horror movie, in a way. Kind of. I don't know.
It's more of a thriller. It is kind of horror. It's got horror elements. Yeah, it was interesting. It was weird because I didn't remember most of the stuff that happens in this movie. I remember, I know what the story is, so I know the basics. I know that Kyle and Sarah Connor get it on. I know that Terminator comes back in time. I know why he comes back in time, but like most of these scenes I did not remember. I don't remember them going to the police station at all. But yeah, I barely remembered this movie. It was weird. Like I know so much of, and I've Terminator's always been in their zeitgeist, I guess is the word for it. And
Yeah, there was a lot of times where I was just like, oh, that's the line that the meme comes from. It's like
they said the thing.
when
They said
say
the
like
thing.
they said the thing, like when he said, "I'll be back," and when Kyle says, "Come with me if you want to live," I probably fangirled a little bit more than I should have.
Fangirl over. Come with me if you want to live. Oh, forgot. That one was not said by Arnold.
Yeah, that was not said by Arnold.
So
he does not want the girl to live.
So
why do I keep calling her the girl? I don't remember her name.
Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connors. Okay. Yeah, he does not want Sarah to live, so come with me, and if you don't want to live. It doesn't ring off the tongue as good, though. I mean, unless it was said by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe.
So, it's funny.
What's up?
Arnold will say that exact line in the second movie.
Spoiler? Bruh.
I'm just telling you the line. The line is said in the second movie. Arnold.
I feel so much feelings, just like anger and hatred.
I
think I need to go start a dictator across the galaxy and murder a bunch of children. I'll be back.
My.
Okay. Anyways, so
yeah,
all right.
The second movie is considered one of the greatest movies of all time.
Interesting.
Great.
On a scale
Great
of 1
movie.
to 10, yeah, or 0 to 10, I'm sorry. I would probably rate this if I scale this like based on its not just its apocalyptic, because that even though that's the genre of the movie we picked, the movie itself isn't completely centered around like the apocalyptic genre. It seems to focus a lot of its meat, or I guess, I don't know, it's exoskeletonic titanium or whatever, on like the horror, the thriller, but also like the apocalyptic and this, I guess, the love scene, but also like, some sci-fi. Add some sci-fi in there as well, and an amazing premise. I think all those factors were done pretty dang well, if not like a little bit of overused cliches and some stuff I feel like they could have done better, but like aside from that,
so what do you feel like
really
was
solid.
Kind of a cliche?
Just a lot of like the drama that was put in, like with the with the, like, you see the apocalypse, see like the stuff from the future, like that's not really where the meat is, but that you now know, like, okay, this guy's walking through the a room in an apocalyptic future. Did he just like that scene just kind of feels weird because he's just doing that out of nowhere. Like, is he just looking like, I don't know how to explain this, but like, is he just in the future just randomly walking through this I don't know, this area where where mostly like common folk are starving or whatever, and he's just like thinking to himself, wow, this place really sucks. Which, sure, some of us probably do that, like have to look around and think, wow, this place really sucks. but you're probably either in Texas or West Virginia, but I digress. But anyways, but yeah, I thought that was a little cliched and kind of just it didn't really take anything away from the brunt meat of the movie, but it probably could have been portrayed a little bit better. I don't know. I feel like they could have put more into that scene, or I don't know if since they're having a sequel, maybe they will. I don't know, but that's my opinion on it. I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it an 8.
8. I think 8's a good number. I kind of agree. I think it's an 8. I think that if I remember right, the sequel is a higher number in my opinion. But yeah, I would say this would be a solid 8. I would concur on this being an 8. It's just a really good, solid movie.
Yeah,
it's a classic and stuff.
I mean, I definitely don't want to rate it based on it being classic or not. But yeah, I'm rating it based on like how amazing its premise is. Not just not its premise, but like how I love the loop. I love the loop to death. Like how everything just ties in together. Like the movie assesses its premise and then it works on through it, and it so accurately just ties in all of its loose knots in such a satisfying way. There's not a whole lot of bad I can really say about it. Although again, I feel like it could have been done just that little bit better. But but I don't personally know how they would, but I could think of a few. But anyways, yeah. Now, Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. Go ahead and give me your score.
I have a pretty good feeling that they're going to rate this up pretty high. It's an 80s movie that's pretty beloved, so I'd say critics 89 and audience I'd say probably 93. 89, 93. How about you?
89, 93. Huh? I concur. I think it is. I think critics give this a 92. Audience gives this a 96. I feel like both are loved. So, the Rotten Tomatoes score for the Terminator. Oh, wow. The Terminator for critics. I'm going to go with audience first. 89% for audience.
All right, so I'm closer there.
Critics, 100%.
That's closer on you.
I believe This is the second movie we've watched that has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, the other one being Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Yeah, Pinocchio.
I was going to say Toy Story. Was Pinocchio 100% too?
Toy Story was not 100%. I don't remember what it was, but I know that Pinocchio was. Specifically because it was not. It did not have a whole lot of reviews. So, a lot of them were just really positive reviews. Actually, all of them were positive reviews, because it's 100%. That's how 100%
Toy Story,
works.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? What about Pinocchio?
Um,
I guess I'm just remembering things wrong.
you might be right that Pinocchio has 100%, but
I might be crazy,
but
but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for.
turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights. Don't try to save me. I may be wrong, but all I know, you may be right. Meow, meow,
Why is
meow,
Pinocchio
meow,
so hard
meow.
to find on here? No,
It's quality content.
sure is.
Lovely, lovely quality content. Check him out. Stevenator is typing on his phone looking for the Pinocchio.
All,
Pinocchio,
all the-
Rotten Tomatoes.
all the new ones are popping up and not the original.
Have you looked up Pinocchio 1940? Perhaps?
Perhaps.
Just a hunch, maybe. Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head for the next few days.
Jeez. I'm not finding it. I know we found it before, didn't we?
Yeah. I know, we'll just
100%.
have to look.
It's got 100%
Okay, so-
as well.
Huh. Okay, so this is the third movie that we've reviewed that has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, specifically with critics. But yeah, you're closer on the critics, I'm closer on the audience.
Indeed.
Alright. Now then, what's next? I believe it's the Cinemantra. Which, this is within arm's reach, so why not? I like this thing. You can use that as a gun. Pew, pew, bang. Blam, 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 blam. Robots. Okay. Do you have a Cinemantra?
What if you were a machine? What would your Terminator look like?
Really go the simple route. My Terminator? You mean like...
What celebrity would
on
be
the
your
in- on the
Terminator?
Oh, okay. What celebrity would be my Terminator?
We'll make it easy so you're not trying to describe something like really difficultly.
I don't know why. Something makes me want to say... What's his name? I think it's... Sam Winchester? I don't know which one I'm thinking of.
One of the Winchesters from Supernatural?
Yeah.
The tall one or the short one?
I don't remember which one's taller.
Sam. Dean is the short one.
Okay, the guy who kind of looks like me, but like is a bit probably buffer. I'm just gonna use the internet. I have the internet.
It's Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles. Sam is Jared
Okay,
Padalecki.
Sam Winchester. Yeah, Sam Winchester. That's the one I'm referring to.
Okay.
He would be the Terminator. That would be me.
You make Sam the Terminator. I would go with
Sam.
a woman. It would look less threatening. What?
You assume my gender?
I didn't assume anyone's gender. I'm saying if I had the same question,
Okay.
I would have a woman be the Terminator.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people would really like to gender swap. Actually, a lot of people do gender swap themselves. It's called being transgendered. really common.
No, I mean like if you use like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jared Padalecki, they go into a room, everybody's looking. You know, you're already gonna have a little bit of concern if you see them walk into a room, unless you know 'em.
Right.
But let's pick someone like Scarlett Johansson. You may look at her because she's beautiful, but you wouldn't be looking at her and thinking I'm in danger. So for the ability of being more stealthy, I would go with a woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stevie Blaze. He is a certified sexist. Anyways,
It's not sexist.
So anyways, my cinemantra. Okay. So, let's say 40 years from now. You get to choose the cause of an apocalypse. But not robots. No, it's got to be something else, and it has to be humans versus something that isn't humans or robots. Like, what form of, I don't know, what something would cause the war that would last the next 40 years?
I think robots are the obvious option.
Okay, I just said, like, anything that isn't robots or humans. Humans versus something that isn't robots or humans. Because if you say robots, then that's kind of lazy, because the literal movie that we are watching is about robots taking over the world in warfare, causing suffering.
I know, it's kind of hard to think of something other than robots. An army full of toys. But those are probably going to be robot toys.
You could say, I don't know, because like fabricants are, you can say toys, like if you say, I don't know, if you breathe life into them, something like that, because like every inanimate object that is become animate isn't always technically a robot. Like, there's a definition of a robot.
If we try to make it more on the realistic spectrum, it's gonna have to be a robot toy.
Are the toys in Toy Story robot toys?
No.
Do you think they could cause an apocalypse, though? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They probably could, out of fear.
Maybe.
I don't know. What's your answer?
Hydrogen bomb? I would resurrect zombie Nazis. I mean, if I'm going to go evil and world domination, I might as well go with the best.
So we really can't go a single podcast.
Zombie Nazis!
Without bringing up something revolving Hitler. All right, I'm giving you like 3 out of 10, because this is starting to get into the realm of I'm no longer answering with penis. Now I'll get creative by answering with Hitler every time. Okay, so I'll give you a 3. Congratulations.
You're lucky I didn't say a bunch of sex bots.
You would have gotten more points. I would have given you more points for that, because that would probably... Because, for one thing, that's not just answering penis.
But the sex bots might have penises.
The sex bots will have penises. But that's not what I'm... Anyways, so... Okay, what did you give me for mine?
I didn't give you anything.
What was mine again?
You said you were going to go with yours.
But...
As a fan of Supernatural, I give you an 8.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, next up, I believe that's everything. We covered everything. Next movie we will be watching, or actually next movie we will be reviewing because we already watched it as of recording this, will be Captain America,
Captain.
the First Avenger. We are almost done with the very first but the very first phase of the MCU. I am so excited.
All right. Well, you want to tell people where they can find you?
No, because I feel like somebody's going to rob me.
I meant on the socials.
Okay, I am Cryokeen Artist on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and also the TikToks. Kind of Twitter, but not really Twitter. What about you?
You can find me on Dragon Blazer Productions on the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, and the TikToks. You can also find me on Twitter at Dragon Blazer Pro. So, those are places you can find me. And as always, auf Wiedersehen.
Peace. Oh, once again, please, if you will, like and subscribe onto our YouTube page titled Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You, where all these wacky podcasts where we watch movies and review them go on. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.